Hello, it is me, Sharak Alabuena. Okay, welcome. Thank you for being here today. It's a little late and I'm a little tired, but I have some things that I really want to talk about because it is beneficial to a lot of people to understand and know that when you are doing meditation, it's not, there's like so many different ways to meditate. So, but I'm just going to give you some tools to clean and clear your etheric body because I do energy work. And so I got all three of my kitties in here. um, I do energy work. And so I'm cleaning and clearing my etheric body all the time. Every chance I get, matter of fact. I went through a pretty hard circumstance a couple years ago, and if you've been watching my channel long and for that long, thank you so much. And also, you know the difference in the change in my energy. I have shifted completely from that and am now moving ahead. I just recently cleaned and cleared out some old stuff that I had from my old relationship, and it's out in the dumpster right now. I got rid of a lot of things, and it's making me feel really good. I'm very happy. So, um, so if you want to take a moment to like get comfortable, I'm gonna be talking, but I want you to be visualizing at the same time that I'm talking so that you can feel the energy and the shift of what I'm talking about. So these are just some things that I have learned along the way. Um I okay, so I am a Libra with Aquarius rising, Capricorn moon, and the day that I was born is ruled by Cancer. So I guess I could say I have a pretty good amount of, oh, and then I'm the fire element. So sometimes I have a tendency to think a lot. I think a lot. I analyze things, I'm logical. And so when I'm in meditation, I want to be doing something. That's how I feel like. I want to get stuff done. And what I do is basically like I give myself a visual aid to help me to understand or help my mind to see something. So it's like it actually really happened. So it's kind of like talking to your subconscious, talking to your inner child, so that you can maneuver around your ego and let yourself know that you've shifted and moved into a new direction. It's I don't really know what you would call it. It kind of seems like a maze or something. That's just what's coming to my mind right now. But anyways, so I, over the years, have learned a lot. I am a certified Meridian Energetics practitioner. I haven't been taking on any clients lately just because I've had my own things, and also I feel like I need my own place to do that. I can do it remote, so if you're interested, just let me know and we can set something up. That'd be awesome. But either way, I'm still gonna do some teaching here. So to get into the frame of mind of like, I guess you could say it's kind of like, how do I say this? It's kind of like, well, I guess you could say it's kind of like dreaming. So let's talk about dreaming for a moment. So when you're in the dream state, when you're dreaming and you're watching the dream, you're watching what's going on in the dream. Your body is having a feeling of that dream. If you wake up with the feeling. It's kind of like you watched a movie. So this is like that. When you're meditating, that's what it is. So it's like you're watching a movie. You're watching it, you're feeling it, you're having an experience where your mind is participating in cleaning and clearing off your etheric body. And as long as you have the understanding that you can make it a belief, there's no stopping you. Nothing. You can heal yourself. You can change everything. You can shift your vibration so much that you can move into a completely different place, a completely different space. You can close and collapse timelines. You can pull yourself out of places and spaces. It's wonderful. I literally do it all day, every day. If something bothers me and it like lately I've been getting like visions of really old timelines, and I'm just like, wow, why is that coming to me? I don't know. And so I just ask my higher self, like, take me out of the timeline and collapse it out. Close the book, close the door, close it out. Just, I don't need it anymore. It doesn't need to be hanging out in my memories anymore. But I'm a lot more advanced when it comes to like energy work, so it's like I'm already doing the energy work of it, so I've already done it, so it's like in there. But if you're just starting out, like, some of my people, you're in the process of grasping the fact that you have the power to heal yourself. I mean, you have to really believe that you're healed. It has to be in there. It has to be in your heart. It has to be in your mind. It has to be connected and understood that you're healed. So, with that, I'm going to talk about this now. Before I do though, so I was looking for, some meditation music to help. I don't know, I guess it's not a subliminal or anything, but it's kind of like that. So it's like 396 hertz, 528 hertz, 639 hertz, raise self-esteem and confidence, clear blockages, love, and chakra healing music. So I feel like the energy of this is opening places so that it's easier for the person that I'm talking to, you, so, to understand and accept that what I'm talking about is real. It's actually real. You can do it. So, I've been taking notes over the last like couple of weeks, I think. So I wrote down some stuff, and let's see, what should I do first? Okay, we're gonna do air first. So I'm using the four elements because everyone has the four elements, and you have to have the four elements: earth, fire, wind, water, balanced. And so air, so one of the techniques that I've learned, this was not mine, um, it was from a reading that I got from, her name's Allie. She's a twin flame, and I can't remember. Oh, Psychic Allie. That's what she's called. So if you ever want to get in touch with her, go ahead. She's pretty amazing. She's a twin flame, so if you're into that. But anyway, she taught me something. She, I don't want to tell the whole story because it's personal and it's not mine exactly, not about her or anything, but someone I know. So basically, the person had like a entity or like some sort of like thought form or something like wrapped around them. And so she used the air element to clean and clear off the form. So what she used is a cyclone. So when you're in meditation, if you connect more easily with air, one, it's not 144, but my clock is an hour ahead, so it looks like it's 144. It's actually 12:44 where I am. But anyway, if you're in meditation and you connect more with air, like just think about what air does, like how powerful air can be. So she uses a cyclone. So you just visualize the cyclone, and you can have a small one or a bigger one, or, it doesn't matter, whatever you're comfortable with. And if you find something, anything at all, because it's your belief, okay? It's your moment. This is your moment. It's your belief that you can take off that and that energy or that entity or cord or whatever it is. Whatever it is. If you see something in your vision and you are unhappy with it, you don't like it, create the cyclone, and you can even command the cyclone to just take off all the negative energy off of you. And it'll go into the cyclone and then transmute the energy. Use the violet flame. You can call on Saint Germain. You could even have a violet flame cyclone. What an amazing thing. Awesome. I love that. You could oh man, that's great. I just love that so much. Okay. So that's one thing that you can do. And that is just like a basic expression of what, it's kind of like information that you can just take and do whatever you want with. I mean, you literally can do whatever you want with it. You're in meditation. So just try it out. See what happens, You're the creator of your own reality. Okay. So that just leads into fire. I mean, we already got fire. So there's lots of different colors of fire. I know the archangels work with fire. And, if you want to, you can use the violet flame and you can just start something on fire. Or like, let's say, for example, this is the only thing that comes to my mind right now. There was a timeline that I picked up in my DNA that it was brought to my attention to be healed. It was, I don't know how many years ago it was. I had thought it was 2,700 years ago, but I'm not really sure anymore. But anyways, it was a long time ago. And it was a female in my DNA bloodline. She was sold by her mother and trafficked. I think she was 3. And then I don't know if she was trafficked, but either way, by the time I got there, I got to this house. I went on a bird. We went on a journey. We flew to this house, and I landed in this grassy knoll. And then there was this house there, and I learned what happened there. I don't want to go into too much detail about it, but it was pretty bad. I mean, she was basically like a man's slave. She was a captive, and it just wasn't good. So, anyways, I took on the energy as if it was my own to begin with, but then I later learned that it wasn't me. It was just someone in my family ancestry. So I did a lot of healing with that. I healed that timeline pretty well, and at some point I still felt the energy of the house, so I decided to break the house. I broke it up into some rocks. And then all these like white souls and stuff like came out. And so what you could do, and this is just an example, you could use the fire element. Like, let's say, for example, you lived in a house where you had some trauma and you just don't want to deal with it anymore. You can burn it down. You're not literally burning it down, but in your mind, because you have the belief in there that you can heal and do these things, as long as you believe that you can do it, you can do it. And then it erases, it like deletes it from your memory or like from your energy so that you can move on. Because like sometimes we stay stuck in timelines, but if you do have a house or somewhere where something did happen, make sure you get your inner child out of there first and then go and, do the healing first and then do the fire. I'm not saying go burn down the house or anything like that. Not at all. I'm just saying psychologically, it just makes you feel better, you know? So use the violet flame to burn it. And you can use all the colors, whatever color you feel that needs to happen. You can also use the violet flame um, in your etheric body. Like if you have, like, let's say for example, sometimes I'll see like black spots or holes or something. You can put the violet flame in there and flame it up, and you can dissipate that energy. You may have to work at it for a little bit, because it might take a little while for that to come. Because it's kind of like it's like a slow shift. So you're slowly shifting yourself into a new vibration. I'm trying to think what you would use. There's a lot of different colors that you can use for fire, and it's all about whatever makes you feel safe and secure and happy. Okay. Oh, you could even use fire to, like, you could put the flame right at the cord, at the beginning of a cord, on, like, if you find a cord on your etheric body, you can put the flame right there, and then burn out the thing. Make sure you use the violet flame. So, because, like, be aware that when you are in a status of using the fire, using the flame, it can become very real, very, very real. So be careful and be aware of what you're allowing yourself to experience, because you could hurt yourself. So just don't hurt yourself, okay? Um, but anyways, the violet flame is very, very soft, and it just transmutes the energy. So you could use the violet flame and you could put it right in that spot. You could see yourself, you could physically do it, or you could use your energy, or your higher self can do it, or your inner child can do it. But pull out the cord, pull it out of wherever it is, and then you can put the violet flame in there and then clean it out. Just clean your space out. And then you see it close. And it's cleaned and it's closed, and that's it. It's over. No more. And that's the way it is. I love that. Okay. So, yeah, let's do water. Okay, so water. I do have water behind me. um, what I really love to do with water is have it shower down on me. I really love that. I love the way it makes me feel. Like when you really have your third eye open and you see the water washing you and cleansing you, and it's just like you can use crystalline water, crystalline spring water, and it's just washing over you. It's cleaning off your etheric body and making you shine. You know, if there is like, this one thing happened to me. It was when I first woke up in 2012. I don't even know how it happened. I got sad for some reason, and it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, and some entity thing was like wrapping itself around me, and I was like, "What?" I was like in shock of like this experience, because I was like, "Is that even real? Like, am I just imagining things?" You know? And then there was a girl that I worked with. Her name happened to be Christine, and my human name is Christine. Shiraka Buena is my spiritual name or spirit name. But anyway, she told me where it was, and it was wrapped around, and I'm like, okay, I got to do something about this. So I did a little ceremony or something, and I recognized that the energy was literally just like attracting like. I was just sad, and it needed to. It was the same. It was the same energy as me. So I'm not saying that it's okay to have entities attached to you, but you have to be having a joyful experience so that you can not attract things like that. So, but they can be anywhere, and they can be weird looking. Yeah. But, so I went to see this lady. I had no idea. I wasn't even planning to see anyone. And I went into the the store that was like it had, oh man, it had so many different things. It had tarot cards, rocks. It had a whole bunch of rocks. And this is where I got my singing bowl from. Got that from there. And it just had a whole bunch of spiritual stuff like that, like energy things, sage, you know, a whole bunch of things. And there just so happened to be a psychic lady in the back. And I just felt like compelled to go and have a session with her. And so she literally just like took her hands and she just was like this. And she pulled them off of me, a whole bunch of them. And I thought to myself, shit, I had one on my head. I don't, as far as I know, I don't have anything on my head right now. But anyways, she was going to pull it off my head, and I didn't want her to pull it off my head because I wanted to learn how to do it myself. So I'm that type of person. Like I wasn't totally terrified. I was annoyed with these things, but I wanted to learn how to do it. So that's when I did the little ceremony and figured out that it was possible for me to remove them. I empowered myself by not allowing somebody else to do it, which is one of the reasons why I do these videos, because I just love empowering people. You are the powerful creator of your own reality. You can do it. Anyone can do it as long as you believe. So, anyways, water. So I took a shower and then I saw these things. She told me to hold myself in pink light. So I held myself in pink light, and then when I took a shower, they all fell off. They just fell right off. Except for the one on my head. I had to get that one off. But anyways, there's like so many different things that you can do. You know, you can like, you know, you could lay in the bathtub and you could have the, like how this water is like washing up. You can have the water just wash you like that. Just wash you. You know, you can just feel the water. You could, sometimes, okay, so another example that I have with water is, you know, tomato sauce? Man, tomato sauce is awesome. It's kind of like coffee. Okay? So, this is a good story. Tomato sauce, when it's got water in it, you can wash that clean in like 2 seconds. But if it dries, forget it. It is hard and it has to soak and it's annoying. It's the same thing with coffee. You can get it off right away. But if it dries on, you gotta like scrub at it. So what I'm trying to say is that sometimes if a person doesn't have enough water, you have to drink water. And that's another thing you can do. Make sure that you drink enough water so that energies that are not, you know, maybe they're a little bit low vibrational, they can just fall right off. Because when you drink water, the less, so when you drink water, it's like the tomato sauce. It'll just come right off. Basically, it'll just come right off. Just the same thing with the water when you take a shower. It'll just come right off. And it's really awesome. So using the water element is great. You can be creative and do whatever you want. I'm just making suggestions of things that have worked for me. And because I know it just works. It just works. So we did air, fire, water, and now earth. So earth, I'm gonna have to think about this one a little bit more, because earth to me is like dirt. So I wonder if, so I wrote down dirt. I don't know what that word is. Some grand thing. Grand. I don't know what that is. Grounding. And physically pull it off. So, I mean, yeah, I guess that does make sense. Yeah. So, earth, if you are an earthy person where you need to have some sort of physical action, like most of these are like emotional or mental, but if you need some sort of physical action of like actually taking something off. You can literally, like, okay, so with your hand, you know, people have light in their hands. So you literally can, like, so have a feeling, okay? Have a feeling that you're pushing energy out of your hands. I'm doing it right now. You probably can feel it. So I'm pushing the energy out of my hands right now. And it gets stronger and stronger the more you do it, the longer you do it. So when you are like, when you want to pull something off, you can literally take your hand and grab it. See yourself with your third eye grabbing it and pulling it out. And you can do it. There's lots of things that you can do. Like there's some people do tapping where they tap. I don't remember what that's called right now, but they do tapping. Sometimes when I am stuck in a status of like I don't know, sometimes I get like little weird feelings and I'm just like, "Oh, I can't take it." And I can't like emotionally I get stuck somewhere. So I have to like tap, and then it's like my body has a physical feeling. So instead of my mind focusing on like the emotions that I'm stuck in, I feel the feeling and then I'm like, okay, I'm here. I'm here. Okay. I can do it. It doesn't matter anywhere. Like my legs, arms, whatever, wherever it is, my tummy, my anywhere. And then you can just, my higher self just takes stuff off of me when I'm stuck like that. So like I'll just start tapping something, you know, like you can tap your third eye and just clean out whatever's in there. You just see it come out and then it just comes right out. So that's another thing that I do. There was something else I was gonna say before I talked about the tapping. I was pulling stuff off. Oh, I remember. Okay, so there was another lady. I do not have the video because it was so long ago, but she has this energy. So this is what she does. She does like, you can like wipe it off, and then like wipe it off. I don't remember the whole thing, but it was really cool what she did. But basically like, and then you just let it go and then it's all off of you. So if you need to do something physical like that, or there's like lots of different things that you could do. Like even if like, okay, so right now the logic is that I picked up a pen. Okay, this is a physical pen and my hands are physical. Okay, and now I put it back down. But you can imagine yourself picking something up and putting it off. You literally can do it. I know I said that already, but I just wanted to put it more into perspective that you literally have the power in your hands to remove this stuff. It can happen. Okay? All right. Okay. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is crystalline dust. As soon as I said it, it was like boomed in my head. Yeah, you can take a crystalline, not, I don't think it's water, but a crystalline, like you can see crystalline dust, like just sprinkling down onto your etheric body. And it's kind of like a download. You can have this, if you watch my meditation video, I talk about how you can have a stream of crystalline dust coming straight to your heart, and it needs to be connected to your heart and to your crown chakra. So you can have it come in through here, do both. Have it come in through here and have it come in through here. So you just imagine the crystalline dust just come in through your crown chakra and through your heart, and then emanate out. So have it go through your arms, your throat, all the way down through your legs and your feet, so that you're downloaded. And make sure you do it on your back too, so that you're downloaded with the crystalline dust, because everybody needs that. And it helps to clear off, it lightens the load. Okay, so like if you have a lot of like, if you have stuck energy and then you start to download the crystalline dust, You are literally going to enlighten yourself with that and start, like, as long as your mind can focus on that rather than the lower vibrational stuff, you'll be fine. You'll be fine because you'll slowly shift out of that focus. And when you focus on the crystalline dust and God's source energy, then you're focusing on that, and then the other stuff can just fall off or like get out. Okay, let me see what else. Oh, do I want to talk about that? Okay, so I'm gonna add something. I just realized I didn't write this down, but um, if you've ever seen the cartoon, the Avatar, best cartoon there ever was. um, so Aang, he does a, so he knows a lot about the air element. He starts out in the air element, so he uses air element to make a ball so that he can protect himself. Sometimes he rides on the ball. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It's really awesome. So you can use, so what I do is you can use the air element as a protective bubble. The cats are doing something over there. You can use it as a protective bubble. But what I really like to do is, you know how, so there's these like, it's kind of like a crystal ball, only it's like, it's got little cracks, but it's not actually cracked. It's just like, I don't really know how to describe it. I guess you could say, no, I'm looking for a picture on how to describe this. Well, I guess this one probably would work. So I pulled this card earlier for myself. This is what fell out. So you can imagine a crystal ball around yourself and have it be like a grid. You could make it a grid, or you could make it like just like crystals. You know, like crystals aren't always clear. Sometimes they got little, you know what I'm talking about, right? So, anyways, you can have the crystal as a ball around you. That's my favorite one. I love using that one. You can go anywhere in that thing. You can feel safe because you just won't have to worry about everybody else's energy. You can be out in public around people and you don't feel that all they feel is the crystalline stuff, you know. So that's what I like about it. Okay, I'm gonna pause here so I can check my notes. Okay, so just a little bit of notes that I took is you are not your body. Okay, so you're a soul. So your soul is in control of your body. I know that it can be attaching, as in like you're attached to your body. I'm attached to my body. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes people struggle with being attached to their body. They struggle with like being grounded. So just know that you're the owner of your body. You're the owner. You're in control. You're the creator. That's the way it is. Mm-hmm. Um, Another thing that I wrote down is, so if you know about Bashar, you should look it up because Daryl Anka, I think, he trans channels, so he basically steps out of his body and Bashar steps in and then Bashar talks to people. But anyways, Bashar is always talking, hi Bashar. And Bashar is always talking about frames. Okay, so right now, like, okay, remember back to like the cartoons, the way that they showed us where they flip the book and then it moves just like that? Okay, so he's talking about billions of frames per second. So this world is, I mean, I guess you could say it's like an animated world, right? So we're animated. He's gonna make sure I say it right. So, like, we are literally billions of tiny little frames just going. So even though, like, it's so fast that you cannot tell that I'm a picture, that I'm in a frame, and it's frame by frame by frame by frame. Okay, so the world is a created world, right? So you are part of a picture frame. You're in a movie, okay? So in the movie, you're the creator, you're the narrator, you're the director, you're the actor or actress, you're the person doing everything, okay? So know that you can change the frame. You can change it. You can go in, like, you know, when you write a book, you can erase what you, if you're writing and you want to erase something, you can erase it. It can be erased. This is perfect. Oh man, this is coming together. Okay, so this takes me to the Akashic Records, the Hall of Records, the Hall of a Mentee. Okay, I don't know specifics about each one of them, but if you know about them, that's beautiful, wonderful. So clear the Akash, clear the Akashic Records. I don't know if you can clear the Hall of Records. I don't go that far. I'm only in the process of learning about clearing the Akashic Records right now. But I basically am clearing the Akashic Records because there's a lot of things that I have gone through that is not necessary for me to continue to currently experience it. So, what do I mean by that? So, just 5 minutes ago is still happening right now. 10 minutes ago is still happening right now. 20 minutes ago is still happening right now. Just because I have a memory of it, that doesn't mean. Actually, let me think about that. It's not just a memory. That's what I was trying to say. It's not just a memory. It's actually literally happening right now. So your consciousness that you have can go back. That's how it's a memory. Can go back and look at that moment. And you look at the moment and you look at the moment and you look at the moment. But you don't have to look at the moment anymore. That's what I'm talking about. You can change the moment. Either you can see it change when you're in meditation, or you can clear the Akash. You can clear the Akash. It can happen. Okay, Bashar's talking. Okay, when you're in a status of understanding and knowing, that's when you can do these things. Make sure you believe. Okay, good. So it's real. Like, it's literally real. It doesn't make logical sense, but it doesn't have to make logical sense. You just have to know about it, and then at some point, once you gather up all the facts and the data of all this information that I'm telling you, like, I'm just a seed point person. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just here to just be like, hey, here's this information. You do whatever you want with it. You know, believe it, don't believe it, go for it, research it, don't, you know what I mean? Do whatever you want. But I'm telling you, this shit's real, okay? It's real. Okay. Okay. So this is even this is even better. This is so cool. So there was a video that I listened to, like, maybe a couple maybe 2 weeks ago, in the last 2 weeks. And Saint Germain was talking about, okay, so I've been questioning a little bit about fit 5D, being 5D energetically. And in so I got a reading, man, it was a couple of years ago, maybe like 3 years ago. I got a reading from a guy who does trans channel, where he channels his higher self, as he, like, basically is like laying on a bed, and then his higher self just takes over and starts talking, or whoever he's channeling does the talking and he records. But anyways, so he channeled my higher self, and it was something that I wasn't totally able to do during that time. Well, I could channel my higher self, but not like that. So, anyways, I got a reading from him, and he. Okay, so my higher self said that I was, at the time, I was 4D only, in the process of going into the 5D. So what is 5D? I don't totally know what 5D is. I probably should learn more about it, and then I can become 5D. But anyway, isn't that awesome? Okay, so anyway, so in the video that I saw over the last couple of weeks, Saint Germain was talking about becoming 5D. So 5D, like the way I understood this video, was that you can shapeshift. You can transform your body. So like you can transform the physical body, being in a fifth dimensional consciousness. So I wrote this down, shapeshifters. So what I'm trying to say is that once you have the groundwork to believe the things that I'm talking about, you can literally shift and shape your body. You can shape and shift your whole entire life, new life, into any which way you want it to be. And I'll just say this much. When I'm in meditation, I see that, like, so there's like energetic parasites. They're weird looking. They're just weird looking. And everybody has them, as far as I know. I know I do because I have found them. And I will get those out of my solar plexus. I get them out of my belly. And I will notice that my stomach will go down. So the energy from these, that's why we have to do like detox, you know. It helps to do it physically. It also helps to do it spiritually, energetically. Yeah, I noticed the difference. I'm just like, wow, my pants fit better. Anyways, okay, that's probably why people can levitate. I wrote that down too. People can levitate because they're in a power position. They understand that they can be more than just their physical body. And the beliefs that we have about the physical is that we're basically like grounded, and the body's not able to fly. But how can people levitate then? Because we can. We can do it. We just have to believe that we can do it. It's just like some people, like, I just got a visual of like a video I saw where this guy was like creating a wind cyclone of leaves. And there was another guy that I saw where he was like, he went like this at the water, and the water, like, it was like air was coming out of his hands, and it moved the water a little bit, like there was wind blowing. And then there was this one I just recently saw. I should probably go try to find it. This guy was like, he was like, I don't know, Asian or Japanese, Chinese. I'm not really quite sure, but he was Oriental. Maybe that's the right word. So he just was like, there was a candle, and he went like this to the candle. Like, he didn't actually touch it, but he did that with his hand. And then the fire went out, and then he went like this, and then the candle fell over. So, and he did like a bunch of different other things. But I mean, I've seen multiple people. Some people are moving tinfoil. I mean, it can happen. It's real. Yeah. So I think, okay. So now I want to talk a little bit about the inner child. So the inner child is basically God's source. 100%. God to me is neutral. God is a particle being that can be anything and everything, anytime, anywhere. I've heard, when I was younger, I used to hear people talk about, well, God's everywhere. It's like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Like, how can God's my couch right there? Yeah, actually, yeah. The chair I'm sitting in, this physical body, everything. So, your inner child. So the reason I say that God is neutral is because you are co-creating with God. You are creating your reality with God. God is omnipresent. God is everywhere. So your inner child is neutral. It may not seem like it, but your inner child actually is neutral. So the only reason inner children have um, any kind of belief or any kind of um, emotional reactions to things, is because of the physical human experience. So let's say, for example, you grew up in, well, there's two different, I'm going to use two different ones. So one household is maybe emotionally and physically abusive, and the other one is spiritually awakened and knows about the third eye being open and healthy and energy, and they're a 5D household, let's say that. This one's not a 5D household. This one's a 3D household. They don't believe in that stuff, but these people do. So this inner child over here is going to be able to accept and learn things a lot quicker in the spiritual area than the 3D child who learned this way. So the point is that neither one is better than the other. But if you want to have an experience, you have to go into the inner child, and you have to help the inner child to understand and turn around beliefs that it has formed throughout the years from growing up in a non 5D household. And that's okay. I had to learn a lot of stuff. There were so many things I knew when I was a kid that my mom was just like, yeah, that's just your imagination, all the time. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm a kid. I guess I have an imagination. Yeah, sure. Okay. So, anyways, I, just wanted to get that out there, that it probably, it's not 222, but my computer says it's 222. It's actually 122, but either way, it's still fun. So, you have to get in touch with your inner child to help your heart. And like, your heart already has this information in it because it's connected to your soul, but you have to open your heart up a lot more so that you can get information from your soul. So the more your heart is open, the more information is going to pour from your soul. The more your crown chakra, well, you don't want to have it too far open, but the more open it is into receiving the divine connection and the divine codes, the more you're going to be able to help your inner child to understand what's going on, and so that you don't freak out about some stuff. You know what I mean? Because it's possible that you might have some, I don't know, I guess you could say cognitive dissonance, where you just are like, yeah, I don't believe that. Yeah, I don't see that. Yeah, I don't know about that, kind of thing. Where you're just like, well, my mom didn't teach me that, or my dad didn't teach me that. I don't know about all that. But if you do enough research and if you start meditating, you're going to start seeing some things and you're just going to be like, that's impossible. Like, why don't we talk about this? This is a perfect example. So I have a connection with a man who hangs out in my energy all the time. We're in love with each other. It's the way it is. I've come to accept it. But anyways, this thing happened to me. I did not talk about it, and he can hear me. If he's still awake right now, he can hear me right now. He's gonna. I'm not gonna talk too much. I won't tell anybody. Anyway, so there is this experience that I had during meditation where I had these. I was like, all of a sudden, like all these like feathers like came up like this over above my head. And I was like, that's that one thing. Hold on, I'm going to show you a picture. Um, no, I don't like that one. Here, I'm going to use this one. Okay. So that's what it looks like to me. I didn't talk about it. Oh, maybe I did talk about it a little bit. I just thought it was really weird. But anyways, he he got an picture and he got a shirt with that symbol on there. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Anyways, he had to have seen what I was talking about. So then he got the shirt. Maybe I did talk about it and that's how he knew. But either way, his third eye is open. He can see the things. That's my point. You know, I didn't have to talk about it. He can see it because it's there. You know what I mean? Exactly. So, anyways, open your third eye. Open your chakra. Open yourself to receive. Open yourself to receive the divine. And by the way, the divine is infinite. Okay? I know most people should know this, but if you don't, the divine is infinite. So you're infinite. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want, anytime, anywhere, any way you want. You know, there are societal things that do put roadblocks, but either way, you can still do whatever you want. You still can, especially when you're in meditation. There is no limits in meditation. None. You can go anywhere, do anything. Make sure you come back to yourself. But you can go if you see a golden door, go through that door. Go through the golden door. Go. If you get stairs to heaven, go up the stairs and go. Just go. Go knock on the golden gates and go in there and see what it looks like. See how beautiful it is. You can do anything. You can be a bird. You can be, I don't know, you could be an animal. You could be like a bear or something. You could be a lion. You could be a deity if you wanted to. You could be anything you want. Take on any kind of form you want. Man, there was this one time. Oh man, this is a good story. And then I'm done. So the same guy, Sam, that's his name. I don't know if I said his name before, but either way. So he did a meditation to go to New Earth. And so I went up to the ninth dimension and it was space, basically. There was nothing up there. Nothing. And then I didn't know what to do, so I was laying down in my bed, so I was laying down in the space. And then I was like, okay, well, he said to go into something. So my thought process is I need to walk. So I was like, but I'm in space. So then I was like, how do I walk? But then I realized that I was in water. So I was like, okay, I'm in water. So I got up. You know how they say that Yeshua can walk on water. So I was like, I'm going to walk on water. I'm doing it. So I tried it and I was able to walk on water. And then Yeshua was down in this area or whatever. And I went over there to him and he took me up into the Golden Gates and we went in. And then in the meditation, we were trying to send love to a certain area in the world. And so he said to shoot an arrow and shoot the arrow to that place. And instead of me looking like this and actually, holding a bow and arrow, I became a pink bow and arrow. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. And I shot the arrows down there. Pink arrows. But anyways, I'm just saying, If you want to be a horse, you can be a horse. If you want to be a dog, you can be a cat. You can be whatever you want. Whatever you want. If you turn into a bow and arrow, or if you turn into, I don't know, something else, whatever it is, just do it. Go with it. And you know what? Actually, I got to add one more thing. I don't know if anyone's still listening, but you can look up the symbolic meaning of certain things that you become. Like if you become a bird, what kind of bird is it? Look up the kind of bird that it is. Symbolic meaning of this bird, or symbolic meaning of bear, or symbolic meaning of lion, or symbolic meaning of bow and arrow, or airplane. You know, if you turn into an airplane, doesn't matter. It's still like, it's like your subconscious is talking to you. It's talking to your consciousness. You're interacting with your subconscious so you can learn what it is that you got going on in there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. So, anyways, you can do anything you want to, and be beautiful. Do that. All right. So I'm gonna go. Until next time.